Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. NBA star Michael Porter Jr. is in the hot seat. He says he split rent with his ex despite his $200 million contract. Take a look.
No, you don't. I know you're not worth $200 million and was splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend.
You talking about that I should pay for the whole thing?
Absolutely. Hold on. $200 million deal and you were splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
I sat with Dr. Angela Jones to talk all about it with an all-new Angela After Dark. And Dr. Jones is here with us on The Factor Uncensored tonight. So, Dr. Jones, we have NBA player Michael Porter Jr., who is with the Brooklyn Nets, has a $200 million contract, and he is going viral on social media, his appearance on the podcast, after he said his girlfriend that he had at the time, he and her are splitting the rent. He's paying half of the rent because he said, hey, I don't know if I'm going to stay with her. So at least he committed to a year's worth of rent. Your thoughts about that?
I have two different opposing thoughts, right? So, I think it is unfortunate that someone, and I'm saying someone, not some man first, someone would make $200 million, have a contract for that month, stay there in a relationship with someone and see that they're struggling and still say, well, I'll give you a little bit. Now, I'm not saying he's obligated because it's not his wife. It's not like a family member. It is his girlfriend. But it's also about just the mentality of like, oh, yeah, we are physically involved with each other. And I see you struggling, which is why you need help with rent. I'll get half. So to me, it's this mentality of like, we'll see if you're worth it. And he proves that mentality later on in the interview when he says, yeah, I'm still going to help her, but only if she acts right. If I hear like she wilding in these streets while we're not together, I may not help her out. Like what world is he in?
Dr. Jones, they're not together though. They only lasted 6 months. How much is he supposed to give if they're not together?
It's not even about what or how much he's supposed to give. It is the mentality of it all, right? So he started the interview saying, I'm a man of my word. I wanted to keep my commitment and I'm going to commit to a year. So just commit to a year. But now we're broken up, but I don't want you in the streets. Now I have like this leash on you. You can't do what I don't want you to do. And if you do what I don't want you to do, even though we're not together, I will make you be in the streets and you won't have any rent. That is control, right? So already you're paying half. And I can understand maybe a little bit why he was like, okay, I'll pay half. But now you're putting her on a leash in order for her to have a house or a place to live, to lay her head down in. I mean, I just feel like it just talks about the character of the person more than anything else.
Well, should he just cut her off and move on and not have, any say if he's paying for half? I think I'm digging a hole for myself.
You are. Well, the thing is, he should have. If I'm committing, I'm giving you a year. And even if we don't work out, I tell you, if we don't work out, I'm still going to pay it. You need to tell me what the conditions are, right? Because first of all, you're setting yourself up. You're telling me this.
But why even go into that type of an agreement, Dr. Jones? Why even go into an agreement like that if you are the other person receiving that money?
I agree. Because in her case, it's like, why would you commit to where you're living, the place that you have to lay your head down on something you're not sure of? You shouldn't be looking for apartments you can't afford anyway. So that's the fault of her. She shouldn't be looking for apartments that she can't afford. And as far as like your money value, again, this is not your husband. He doesn't have to do anything. So if you are figuring out I'm going to live here and it's dependent on another person, that is where she made her false move. And he made a false move by making a promise and now trying to control her by it. I feel like it was two ill-informed people who don't understand the value of a dollar in different ways. But you don't live above your means and make yourself dependent on another person, especially when they don't have to pay it. So she did put herself in a bad situation. That is on her. But what's on him is trying to control her with the dollars. And that's the part that on him, that's shady.
All right. And really quick in the last 30 seconds, In a relationship like that, should you just keep money out of it? You live your life, I live my life. If we're dating, I mean, don't even bring money
I
into it
do.
unless you're going out on just a date and you're paying for the date. How about that?
Correct. I agree. I mean, it's only been 6 months they were together. There shouldn't be any really shared rent, like shared obligations, like a bill that's long term, right? We're still
Mhm.
dating. We're still in the couple of months. We're having fun. Sure, you're the one who makes millions of dollars, so you probably are paying for the dates or maybe paying for our excursions and stuff like that. But as far as like the commitment of like living, rent, bills, IRS, whatever is out there, that money should not be in play because money that is something important in a relationship. It can make or break a relationship.
All right. Dr. Angela Jones, commingling funds is always a disaster if you're not married. Thank you for
That's
joining
right.
us and good luck on your TED Talk coming up soon
Thank you.
at
Thank
Sam
you.
Houston. We're praying for you. All right, Dr. Jones. Good to see
Please do. Thank you.